What's going on, folks? Life Lessons with Juvy. I am your host as always, unless it's your first time, JuvyThaKid. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. No more Periscope. I wasn't really using it anyway, so we're going back to just the original three. Probably going to even knock it down to just Twitter and Instagram eventually. Either way, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, at JuvyThaKid, JuvyThaKid. Let's get into it. Little Jenny Wren, if you had the choice between being assimilated into a collective, sort of like the Borg or Cybermen, where emotions / independent thought was stunted but as a collective you achieved great things in science, discovery, and tech, or remaining as you are, independent thought and emotions, but living in a subversive, violent, abrasive, and life-threatening environment, or simply surviving daily is the focus of your energy and continued existence. Which would you choose? Side comment. I went all existential again. Haha. But I love these ones, honestly, because it's one of those things where it kind of like makes you question like how you're living like everyday life too. You know what I mean? Like, what if all of this changed? The first part of this actually reminds me of a movie, Equilibrium, with Christian Bale. They live in like a future where emotions and everything are like punishable by death, and that's pretty fucked up. Like, I could never live like that. The thing, I think I would just choose to live, like, honestly, it could be like the violent and life-threatening kind of thing, but at the same time, like, when things are like that, like, you learn to appreciate a lot of things more. You value life a lot more because you know that any day could be that day. You know what I mean? Also, through emotion, that's when we can like rise up and face like common enemies or common problems together. You know what I mean? Through emotion, we find connection with others. We establish relationships with others that could be actually very beneficial towards like our survival in the future. So yeah, I would go with it pretty much like, well, it's kind of like almost like The Walking Dead in a way. Life-threatening, violent, fucking, you never know if when you go out that day, if that's when you're gonna die. Yeah, I know some people might be like, oh, why would you want to go through that? Well, people are going through that right now. It's just we're not. You know what I mean? But if it's between still having emotion and being able to feel for others and feel sad and feel happy for others, all that, or just being like a fucking cyborg, basically, I'll take the community that, I don't know, I could die any day, but at least I have emotion. At least other people around me have emotions as well. And like I said, like, hopefully, like, we have appreciation for life and everything else around us a lot more because we are on borrowed time and we realize that. So, actually, and when you gotta survive every day, that kind of teaches you certain things about yourself as well. It shows you, like, how strong you can be in situations, whether it's your friends are in danger, you're in danger, and you have to survive because you have a reason to get back. It just is one of those things. When you face adversity, it teaches you, like, more about yourself. Teaches you how strong of a person you really are. So, bam. Alright, there was a bit of a confusion on this one. So, Lloyd from Canada, is AI a real threat to humanity? AI being artificial intelligence. This is something that kind of I don't want to say boggles my mind, but like it's always fascinated me. I don't think it is a threat, to be honest, because as humans, it's one of those things where we have a habit of kind of putting a stop to things, like once we feel uneasy about it or once we feel that it's becoming too much of a threat or something to us. There would have to be some sort of like advanced artificial intelligence where even if we unplugged it or like took out like certain things from it, like it could still power on and like transfer data around, you know what I mean? artificial intelligence at the same time has brought us a lot of kind of cool things, because it depends on how you look at artificial intelligence. I don't see artificial intelligence just being like robot people, you know what I mean? Or I don't even, just even saying that, robot people. Like, what is, like, holy, what does that even mean? That's on some Cyberdyne shit. Shout out to the Terminator fans out there. But yeah, I don't necessarily think artificial intelligence is like that, where it's like these moving, human-like beings almost. I think artificial intelligence it's also like a lot of video games nowadays, where if you make certain decisions, your environment reacts to it. It's, if you make certain decisions, like walking through, streets, like in a town and city, like the way you act is the way like the citizens will react to you. That's part of intelligence as well. So I don't know. I don't think it's really a threat to us. Maybe like far down the future, who knows? But right now I don't think so. And at the same time, like I said, like unless there's some sort of like really advanced sort of like artificial intelligence where like no matter what we do, it can always transfer data and all that. I think we'll be all right, because, like I said, once, like, basically our history is like, once we start feeling uneasy about something or feeling like it can be a threat, we attack it or we kill it. It's kind of just what we do. Happens all through history, folks. Another one from Lloyd from Canada. Double dipping, are we? Lloyd from Canada. Oh, and I'd like your philosophical take on how Paw Patrol is ruining society. Go. I don't know what the fuck Paw Patrol is. I've never watched it. Like, I know what it is. It's a kid's show, but, like, my youngest... Shit, yeah, my youngest is 9. So, I don't know. It kind of came out, like, after. I don't know. Or just maybe my daughter, like, my youngest daughter wasn't really into it. Because my son, he's always been more into, like... I don't know, once he hit like 5, 6, like he was into like Lego Ninjago, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, anything that has to do with like kind of kung fu fighting and stuff like that, he's into. He likes Pokemon and Digimon and stuff like that as well. As far as like kid shows go, him and my youngest daughter, they were into like Bubble Guppies and stuff like that. Like they were like in the Dora stage, you know what I mean? I don't know if Dora is still a thing nowadays, but I think the last kind of like really kiddie show that I heard that they were into, that like my youngest was into, was Doc McStuffins. That's about it. So yeah, I don't know, man. If Paw Patrol is a big thing in your kid's life, you gotta switch it up. If it's ruining your society, then you gotta switch that up, dude, because it ain't affecting mine. And kind of like that name, Paw Patrol. Now I just think about like a bunch of like badass detectives and SWAT team, but they're all like fucking different breeds of dogs and shit. And then like the captain is probably like a German Shepherd or a Rottweiler. You know, let's move on. Loyalist City photos. Again, hope this isn't too late to make it. No. Okay, I usually record these between like 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern. Most of the time, like, closer to 5. So, as long as it's, like, 5 p.m. Eastern, I don't know what time it's going to be for you, you're all bueno. Unless I post that it's going to be later, then you're all bueno to get a late one in. Sometimes I get crazy and I do bonus lessons that day. Who knows what'll happen? Let's get into it. Sorry. What would be some recommendations you would give to someone who is trying to stay or become humble? I would say that a lot of the time, if somebody is trying to become humble, it's because you haven't realized that like you're not the best at something. Even just like with these vlogs, like the short films that I've done or whatever. Zack Snyder, Guillermo del Toro. Just think about people who have made these crazy movies. You know what I mean? Like that. When it comes to videography and like cinematography stuff like that, like they're 100% like they're leaps and bounds ahead of me. You know what I mean? Being humble is to understand that nobody has to take the time to even compliment you on anything, let alone even look at what you do. Whether it's photography, drawing, dance, fill in the blank. It's one of those things, like, nobody owes you the time to look at this stuff, listen to what you did about it, anything like that. If they do, you should appreciate that. And you should 100% thank them for it. You know what I mean? If it helps, like I said, do research and find the people that are better than you. And it's easy to sit there and nitpick and be like, oh, well, this person doesn't do this or that. Well, that's probably just because you're coming from the side that you feel, again, you're the best at this or whatever, and that's just how you do things. Not everybody's the same. When it comes to photography, tattooing, again, you can just fill in the blank. Like, there's so many different styles and ways to, like, approach things that nobody's right or wrong. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, like, if you feel like you're the best at something or you've mastered something, that's when you say, like, you have nothing left to learn. So what's the point in doing it anymore? You have to always, like, keep in your mind, I always have more to learn. There's always somebody who's going to be better at this than me that I can learn from. And nobody owes me the time to check any of this out or, like, listen to what I have to say. But if they do, I should appreciate that and I should be thankful for it and thank them for it. Yeah, being humble can get you a long way in life. You know what I mean? It's good to either be humbled or at least to try and, like, stay humble. For me, it's one of those things. Whenever somebody ever hits me up about these videos and they tell me that, like, they either learned something from it, something made them laugh, something smile, whatever it is, it's I always appreciate it so much because at the end of the day, like, people have lives, and even if they don't have, like, a job or, like, a lot of responsibilities they have to tend to, everybody has a Netflix show or movie or something, like, that they like to watch. So at the end of the day, like, nobody has to watch these videos. But when they do, that's them taking time out of their day, time out of their schedule, whatever it is, to listen to what I have to say, to just whatever it is. Listen, watch whatever is going to happen in the vlogs, whatever it could be. Focus. Thank you. So yeah, it's one of those things, like, you got to always remember, like, nobody owes you, like, their time. If they give it to you, it's like a gift, basically. So you need to thank them for that gift. And if they say, like, you know, you did good on that song or that art piece or whatever it is, don't just turn around and be like, oh, I know. Well, then fuck off. Why would you even waste, like, somebody else's time so you can, like, hear a compliment or brag about yourself? That's not, like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to look at that. So thank them for all that. And, I don't know. That's all I can really say about it, I guess. This has been Life Lessons with Juvy. I've been your host, JuvyThaKid. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, at JuvyThaKid, JuvyThaKid. My quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos. For the love of everybody, keep being weird.